The Fujifilm X100VI is here, and it is the successor to the incredibly popular Fujifilm X100V after it went viral on TikTok, which led to it being sold out most of the time. So the question is, will you be able to get your hands on the new X100VI, and is the X100VI a real upgrade or just a shallow follow-up to the TikTok hype? Many questions, so let's answer them now. The X100 range is a series of compact cameras made with a fixed lens and local length, mainly for street photography. On the outside, not much has changed, meaning you still get this cool retro look and a real optical viewfinder, which you don't find much anymore nowadays. One visual difference is the color of the lever on the front of the camera. Like the previous version, it has a fixed Fujinon 23mm f2 lens, which is effectively a 35mm lens because of the APS-C 1.5x crop. And this is a sweet spot for street photography. And I hear you say,
but I can zoom in.
Well, there's a solution for that I will get back to in a minute. So a compact camera, as the name suggests, is compact, but with 521 grams, including card and battery, it is not very light for a compact model. The grip seems somewhat undeep, but of course that adds to its retro look and feel.
Why do you sound so negative?
Well, the best things are coming now. Because for the major upgrades of this weather-resistant camera, we have to look inside. The APS-C X-Trans CMOS sensor went up from 24 to a whopping 40 megapixels, working together with the X Processor 5. And that's not all, you now can even film up to 6.2K footage. Do you see what I see? This is basically the high-end Fujifilm X-T5 in a street photography camera code. And that's pretty amazing. And it's not just that. The autofocus got a major upgrade as well and is now AI powered and able to recognize and track faces, eyes, animals, birds and vehicles. Though with a 23mm lens, I do wonder if bird tracking is useful since the field of view is quite wide. There is a digital zoom, which was not very useful using the 24 megapixel sensor of the X100V, but with 40 megapixels on the sensor, digital zooming becomes very different. And you might think, well,
I can crop the photo in post-production.
But that is after compression, even when you use raw photos. If you zoom in digitally before the photo is even taken, you will keep most information as possible. Zooming in digitally is possible in steps of 50 and 70 millimeters, where it outputs 20 and 10 megapixel photos. The camera is also compatible with existing wide and tele lens converters, which were released with the X100V, so you do have some options when it comes to different focal lengths. There are also built-in ND filters that go up to 4 stops, which help you in bright situations or when you would like to use long exposures. In-body image stabilization is available as well, taking away shakes and movements up to 6 EV, meaning you can make handheld shots in many scenarios. But it doesn't mean you can go film yourself while walking, since the camera has no vari-angle screen. So vloggers might have to look at the Fujifilm X-S20, X-H2 or X-H2S. The main target audience for this camera are photographers who will likely be happier with a tilt screen as it is faster to work with. The X100V and 6 also have the traditional 19 film simulations, which give you the look and feel of Fujifilm's old film rolls. But the X100VI has a scoop, since it is introducing a new film simulation, Reala Ace. The film simulations are a great way to stylize photos without any need to edit, and that is also what makes this camera so attractive to many users. It is very easy to use. Even though you can adjust everything to your taste, point and shoot photography at any user level is also possible. So will you be able to get your hands on this camera? Well, if you already placed your pre-order, there is a good chance you might get one. But for all the other people who'd like to decide later, no one knows what's gonna happen. Fujifilm never expected the X100V to go viral on TikTok, and of course no one knows if it will happen again. We also have to consider that when the demand for the viral camera went up, it was COVID time, meaning many factories closed down and there was a lack of important components to make these cameras. The good news is that we are post-pandemic and it seems like the shortage of chips is slowly coming to an end, meaning you will probably get your hands on the X100VI at some point. Now, before you get off your chair to get your credit card, it is good to know that all these nifty features come at a cost. You will be paying 20% more than the X100V was costing at launch, which will add up to a total of $1,599. Don't forget to subscribe, because I will be testing the Fujifilm X100VI real soon, and of course you will be able to find the in-depth review here on the Camera Deals channel.